Hey everyone, Jessica here, and I am a Black Status leader with Unique, and I'm here to talk to you about your launch party. Um, and this is for not just those of you that are brand new, that just took, the big leap of faith and you're going for it. That's awesome, and I'm really excited for you. I was so nervous and excited and a little bit overwhelmed, and then it turned into wow, this is fun. Wow, this is awesome. Wow, I'm still scared. It was a whole different ball of emotions. But I'm here to tell you, 2.5 years later, I'm so glad I did it. And I'm glad I did it how I did it. I'm glad that I took that step to launch really strong and to put myself out there and be excited and scared at the same time, because it's hard to do that. It's hard to put yourself out there and just say, hey, this is me. Hey, this is what I'm doing. You should help me. That can be really hard for people. But I want to tell you from firsthand experience, coming from someone myself who has never really done sales. I was a teacher. I loved makeup and I loved products, but I was definitely not a makeup artist by any means. I had to learn a lot of things as I went. So a big piece of advice is don't wait. Don't stop yourself from making a huge leap just because you don't feel like you are completely ready or completely perfect or not everything is exactly in line. That's okay. You may have bought the kit and you didn't have that $99 to spend, but you did it. So what you need to do is you need to make the most of it, and that starts right now. This video is also for all of you who feel like you're stuck, who feel like you feel like you're just kind of at this maybe dead end. Maybe you're at a fork in the road. Maybe you feel like you've tapped out your resources and you don't understand what you're supposed to do from here. You might even be thinking, am I supposed to just settle with this? Is this as good as it's going to get? Is this as well as I'm going to do with my unique business? And I have had many of those events, many of those feelings. But what puts me at Black Status as opposed to really any other color ranking is that I pushed through those barriers. There's going to be roadblocks in your life. Anything that you want that's worth having is going to take work, and it's going to take you figuring out how to get over, around, under, whatever that barrier is. You have to get creative. You have to do it super scared and afraid, even if you've never done anything like this before. You have to do it. I started out in this business. I think when I started, my Facebook page had maybe like 200 to 300 friends. And I learned very quickly that networking was huge. There's a reason this is called network marketing. And no matter if you are brand new or you have done this for a year or you've done this for 2 years, it doesn't matter. You have to relaunch or launch your business and do it strong. You have to be passionate. You have to believe in yourself, believe in these products because you're amazing. You are. I'm here to tell you, you are amazing. These products are absolutely phenomenal. I've used them for almost 3 years for a reason. They are great quality products. And the fact that I can be home with my children selling these products and completely replaced my income and retired from it, that says something. And the fact that you took this leap of faith, you're saying something to yourself and to the world. I can do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try, and I'm going to give it my full effort. So like I said, this is for you, brand new presenter, new to this team, new to Younique, and this is also for those of you that feel like you're stuck. It is time to launch your business, and there are several different things you need to do. So I said a couple minutes ago how you need to be passionate, you need to be excited, and you need to have confidence. All those things are so important because every single person you're running into, except for maybe your mom, is going to be skeptical of you. There are so many women who have never heard of Younique. Still, I do all kinds of events throughout the year, and I can't tell you how many women I meet that have never heard of Younique. Or they've heard of that mascara before, but they don't really know where they heard it. We know where, right? There's a reason that there is room at the top of this company for everyone, and that's because it's still brand new. It is only 3 years old. It is absolutely possible for you to sign up today and reach Black status. And it doesn't matter when you do it. What matters is the journey. What matters is constant learning, constant growing, pushing yourself, being excited, and crossing those barriers and doing it with some style, with some flair. I have fallen flat on my face way too many times, but I really never looked at them as failures. I looked at it as, okay, what do I do? What am I going to do with this? How do I do this? And a lot of times that had to do with, I can't get people to do parties. I can't get people to buy from me. I can't get anyone to sign up. I had all of those exact feelings, all of those exact moments in my business, but I figured it out. And I really figured it out by personal development. So I concentrated a lot on the top leaders that are in our company. I watched what they did. I watched every video they had ever posted. I got my ideas from them because I thought that they were the most important first. They knew our products and our business. Then I started to expand outside of that, and I started to watch the greats, the great ones in this business in different companies, like Sarah Robbins. She's one you should look up if you don't know about her. Eric Worre. Sorry, I couldn't even think of his name. Eric Worre. That's another one. And he's a male perspective for me. I am very influenced and very inspired by powerful people, good, powerful people, people with good intentions and just very smart. And I love watching these top leaders in other companies because it gives me a fresh perspective. It reminds me that everything I'm going through, they went through as well. And I really think it kind of energizes me to do something different, to try something new, to remind myself that I'm here for a reason and this is where I'm meant to be. So, like I said in the beginning, I want you to launch with excitement, and that's all of you. That's you that's watching this, and you've been with me for 2 years. It's time to relaunch you. So let's talk about, let me focus for a couple minutes on those of you that need to relaunch your business. First of all, I want you to write down a few things. I'm a big writer. Like, this is my planner, and I write all sorts of things in it. I'm a to-do list person. I write a lot of things. My calendar, all sorts of stuff. So what I want you to do is grab something like this, grab a piece of paper, whatever it is, because I'm a firm believer, coming from the teacher world, if you write something down, you remember it better, you soak it in, you're more focused on what it is, the task at hand. So grab your pen, and I want you to go to your Facebook page, and I want you to write down how many friends you have on your Facebook. And then I want you to go to another social media outlet that you use. For instance, my big second one is Instagram. Now, if I just said that and you looked at me like, well, I don't really use another one. Ding, there's one thing we are going to talk about. That's what you need, okay? So write down, let's say you're like me and you've got Facebook. I see I'm writing it too. And you've got Instagram. Okay, those are my two big ones. Other ones you can do Pinterest, Twitter, Snapchat even. That's totally up to you. I recommend Facebook and Instagram. Why do I love Instagram? Instagram allows you to reach people that you could never reach. It is not so formal and like secretive as Facebook is. You can just pretty much follow just about anybody. They can follow you, and you create this story, almost like this yearbook of pictures. So it's not so much about the writing that you do as it is about the pictures that you post. And a lot of people post things like, they do videos. You can do videos, which is really great. Quotes, lots of selfies, of course. But we'll get to that stuff later. Okay, so let's say you wrote down Facebook and Instagram. Go to your Facebook, write down how many Facebook friends you have. Go do that right now. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm not waiting anymore. Go to Instagram and write down how many followers you have and write down how many people you follow. So you should have 3 numbers written down right now. Go to Facebook, your Facebook number. If your Facebook number is under 1,000, that is one problem right there. Your Instagram, I bet a lot of you haven't really worked your Instagram. There just hasn't been enough chatter about it, especially in our team page. So I'm assuming that Instagram is not huge for all of you. So I would assume that you wouldn't have 1,000 followers. You should, but I would assume that you don't. I am still really working on my Instagram. I went through a lot of periods of not really doing anything with it, doing something with it, not really doing anything, doing something. So I've had to balance my time. So first you need to look at those. And if those are pretty apparent that you're not having 1,000 Facebook friends or more, and you don't have 1,000 or more Instagram followers, then that is the first hurdle. That's your first barrier that was put up, a roadblock in your road to success that you need to get creative and figure out how to do it. And you know what? It's one of the easiest things to do. So I want you to pick one. If you feel like you can devote time to both of them, that's fine. But pick one of them, and I want you to focus on it for the entire rest of this year. More importantly, I want you to really focus on it through August, okay? So how do you increase your friends on Facebook? There are so many different ways, but part of it is you have to increase your network in life. So for me, what have I done? So my previous networks before coming into this company was any of the jobs I've had. So past and what was present. So my teaching career was the present one, and then any past jobs I had. People from high school, people maybe even from junior high or elementary school, people you grew up with, family, other friends, college. For me, another big one I had was sorority. So I have that. That was really good. My husband's friends and family, so that was more. So that's kind of where I started. And then I quickly realized that I was not being supported as much as I thought I would by my close friends and family. I just wasn't. And I realized after watching several videos and whatnot that that's really normal. I don't really understand it, but it's very normal. It's very normal for your friends and family to not jump in and buy every single thing you're selling. Okay? And it's okay. You have to be okay with it because it's not necessarily something you can change, at least not right now. So I started with that network. So I want you to write down what all your networks are. write down all the past jobs you've had, write down current jobs you have, write down, high school, junior high, elementary school, people you grew up with, college. If you're involved in any organizations, like I was in a sorority, if you were or are in something, do that. I also got my master's degree, so I have that network of people as well. Church is a really big one, so you can friend people on church, through church. Maybe people you've lived with or neighbors that you've lived near, especially if you live like in an apartment setting. There are so many different things, so you have to sit down and really think about it, have some quiet time, and write them down. Okay, write down those networks. So the first thing you're going to do with that list of networks is you're going to go and find those people on Facebook. Think about everyone and anything. And the easiest one to start with is high school. I think that's one of the easiest to start with. So you remember the kids in high school, right? So go to like some of the most popular people. Now, I'm not talking about the popular jerks. I'm talking about like the popular people that were friendly. Everyone was friends with them. Those people. Go to their pages. If you're not friends with them, first of all, friend them. And then look at their friends list. Start stalking them a little bit. Now, don't start liking all of their pictures. They're going to notice you're a stalker. But start going through friends list and let people that you find in there that you're friend requesting look at their friends list and just do that huge cycle. Now, this is going to take you some time, so you need to be consistent and do it. So do that with every single network. It might be hard for you to remember people's names. People get married and divorced and all this other stuff. So do your best. Now, the next step is you need to find, join, interact, be a part of more networks. I will tell you my new network. So now I'm not teaching anymore. I'm home. So new networks I started to work on were my daughter was, we put her in soccer last year. So there was that network. It was a very small network, but it was a network. Okay. Then my sorority is colonizing here in my city at our university. So I jumped on the chance, not because of business, because it's dear to my heart and I wanted to be a part of it. I jumped on the chance to be on the advisory committee for it. So that was great because not only am I just now, starting that network of people, but it's going to continue to expand. Think about is there a church group you can join and get to know people better? Is there a mom's group? Oh, that was another thing. I joined a mom's group, so I met a lot of people through that. There's all different kinds of things. Dance class, for Olivia. She's going to be starting preschool next month, so I'm going to meet more, moms and teachers through that network. So it's just, you have to think about it. You have to actually take some time to think about what networks can I be a part of. Another big one that I'm looking into being a part of is Junior League. If you live near a large city, you probably have a junior league. For instance, here it's Junior League of Springfield, and it's a really great organization that you can volunteer and work with, and you will meet a huge network of people. It's really good. So think about those kinds of things. Those of you that live in big cities, there's so many resources for you to be a part of. You can think of all different things. Maybe there's an organization that's near and dear to your heart. Maybe there's local trivia nights at, a local bar and grill or something that you can get involved with. There's a ton of stuff. So you need to do that first. And all of you that are sitting there saying, Jessica, I don't have time to add more to my plate. Okay. You have to weigh what's important, what your priorities are. If you want to expand your business, if you want to expand your wallet, you have to expand your network of people. And this is how you do it. And real life interactions are going to be 10 times better than online interactions. So that's the next step. The next step is online networking type of groups. There's a lot of groups on Facebook for all different types of things. Let's say you have a golden retriever. There are all sorts of groups about loving golden retrievers on Facebook. Now, the key thing is, because it's not face to face, you have to be very interactive and you can't mention anything about your business. You have to genuinely create relationships with people and let them come to you. But you have to actually develop those relationships. Okay? So I want you to think about it. I want you to write down a couple of ways that you can network better. A couple ways you can expand. A big one for me is events. I have always done events. Since my second month in this company, I have done events. And events give me a whole new perspective on the business, but it also gives me a huge open door of networking, because my last event that I did with Cindy, all of my customers that bought at that event, right then and there, I friend requested them on Facebook. I just said, while I'm doing that transaction, I just said, "Are you on Facebook?" And 9 times out of 10, they would say, "Yeah." And I said, "Can I friend you so I can put you in my VIP group? You will never have to pay, shipping or full price, or, you can say whatever. And they all said, "Yeah, of course." So I friended so many people and it was great. I just had a party for a girl from that event and it was awesome. And I totally want her to be on my team. And I just had sales from more people with my Christmas sale that I just had. So think about that, okay? And I want you to do the same thing with Instagram. Instagram is a whole different way of working. You have to understand Instagram. So maybe I'll do another video about Instagram, but you have to learn that it's about hashtags. You can find people in all areas of the world. If you have only been thinking about the state that you live in, the country that you live in, you are doing yourself and your business a disservice, because we are open in how many countries? And we're opening in Hong Kong soon. There are so many networks that you haven't even tapped into. And there's a lot more countries to come. So really think about that and how your reach on Instagram is so much farther than it is on Facebook. Trust me. Okay, so that's talking to all of you. For the new presenters and those of you that need a relaunch, I want you to get some fire in your belly again. I want you to get some excitement again. We have a new catalog that's going to launch soon. Next week, we find out all of our new products that are hitting the shelves, and oh my gosh, is it going to be amazing. And I want all of you to feel that energy again. Whether or not you're coming to convention, you need to feel it again, because your excitement determines how excited your customers, your friends, your family are all going to be for you. So if you need to relaunch, you need to literally tell your entire Facebook world that you're relaunching your business. You need to get in front of the camera like this. You need to do Facebook Live. You need to do videos. If you look like a hot mess, show your world that you look like a hot mess. If you made a mistake and you were really spammy in the beginning of your adventure, you didn't really understand what you were doing, tell the world that. Okay? Be very candid and honest. People respect that. And if you show your passion and excitement, you tell people that you're genuinely wanting to do this again, you're going to go really far. But remember, if you don't have that network in place, if you don't have all of these people, if you're not expanding your friends list, all of that energy, all of that time is probably going to go to waste, because you have to think about it. Let's say you're sitting here watching this and your number that you wrote down was 400. Let's say you have 400 Facebook friends. I can tell you right off the bat, I'm going to cut that number in half. I'm going to take off 200 right off the bat because I'm going to say those 200 are men, and men really, right now, they really just don't care about any of our products. So men, people that are never on Facebook. So right now, I'm going to cut your number in half. Okay, so you have 200 people. Out of that 200 people, there's probably only a third that are even seeing any Facebook posts from you. Unless you have directly messaged them personally about your business, they don't know. Or they don't care because they don't know how to care or what to care about. So you need to really put things into perspective. 1,000, that's not asking much. I'm not asking you very much. 1,000 is really the minimal amount. I want you to have thousands. Now, on Facebook, you have a maximum of 5,000. I'm not even close to 5,000. I'm still working on expanding my network every single day. And you need to do that. If you have a ton of old parties, you need to go back in there, ask your hostess permission first, and go back in there and network. Figure it out. Figure it out. If you're going to have a big sale in your VIP group, start messaging people and tell them to get in your VIP group. Again, if you show that confidence, that passion, that excitement, if you start developing relationships with people genuinely, your business will improve. It will not be overnight. You cannot sit there and expect anyone to just throw money at you. They have to believe in you and they have to believe in the product. And they're not going to do either one of those unless you believe in you and you believe in the product. So please do that. Do that for yourself. Go watch some personal development. If you need some positivity, you go watch Amber Voigt or Haley Ragsdale. Go look up their videos on YouTube. If you need someone to tell you like it is, straight shoot it, not sugarcoat it, you go look up Bree Richardson or Sherry Brown. There are so many Black status leaders that I could recommend for all of you. So if you have a question, if you want to see something specific, you can ask me. But honestly, just start looking on YouTube. That's your resource. So the driving force of this business is you. It is all up to you how you are going to run things. How successful you're going to be is up to you. So work on you. Work on your Facebook, your network. Start creating a whole life for yourself. Okay? It's not just centered around makeup. It's centered around women. It's centered around relationships. There's so much fun to be had, and I wish everyone could feel it and, have that passion like I do. And it takes time. It takes time to learn things, but I know that you can do it. You have so many resources here in this page. I know this video is so long, but I hope it helped you. I hope it gave you some perspective, new ideas, whatever. All right, I'm out. Bye.